Welcome to this week's episode of Digital Marketing Today. We're here with David McKay from Black Box Stocks talking about influencer marketing. We'll be right back. And it's Digital Marketing Day. I'm Mark Neese with SyncLab Media, here with David McKay from Black Box Stocks. Thanks a lot for being here today. Appreciate you being a guest on the show.
Yeah, Mark, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So, Black Box Stocks, I've been to your office a few times and kind of visited the nerve center of what is Black Box.
Yeah.
Really cool platform. I was very impressed with kind of your user interface and the platform and what you guys do. So for the benefit of our viewers, talk a little bit about your background and kind of what got you into what you're doing now, and tell us a little bit about Black Box.
Okay, so I come from an entertainment background. I was an actor and model for about 20 years, and I also worked for Hennessy doing marketing strategy and brand development. And my friend Gus Kepler started Black Box Stocks about 5 years ago, and I was one of the first beta testers of Black Box Stocks back when it was just a penny stock scanning site. And I had always wanted to learn how to trade, so I took the opportunity to test out the system and ended up doing pretty well with it initially, and that just sparked even more of a craving to learn. So I kind of broke down those barriers of feeling inferior to Wall Street, and I started to learn how to trade and learn what was going on and how everything worked, and the system really helped with that. So, I put together a deck, and now I'm the Director of Marketing and Business Development for the company. And we've been growing, and it's just been one heck of a ride, and we're just getting started really with the things that we're doing and the stuff that we have planned.
Cool. Now, I thought it was interesting. I heard the story of the name, and literally it was just a black box sitting on like a server rack in Wall Street, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's where the concept came from. Our Gus Kepler and Eric Ferris and Dave Kyle are our original three founders. And Eric and Dave, they had their own black box back in the early 2000s. So they developed a self-automated trading system. And they did really, really well with it. Some things changed the market in 2008, as you know, and then the data fees, because we get real-time data fees, real-time news on our system. A lot of that data can be, it's not cheap to get, so it's very important and essential for what we do. Gus came up with the idea about how we take that idea, that concept, and then format it for your retail, day trader and investor, so that more and more people can get that information and know how to use it. So that's where the idea came from, and it's just really, blossomed, and now we have a very robust platform and doing stocks and options, and then we have a lot of stuff in the pipeline, which is going to be incredible and open up, different types of trading for other traders and investors as well.
Cool. So how does your platform work? Obviously, it's kind of like a membership or a subscription for people that want to use the platform. Why don't you explain a little bit about that?
It is. We're a SaaS model, which means we're a subscription service. So it's we have a monthly and a yearly subscription. The monthly is $99.97 a month, and the yearly is $9.59 a year. And it gives you everything. So there's no, tiered pricing really. It's just you pay the one monthly subscription or the yearly, and you get everything: the community, the education. You get the platform with all the tools and the features. So we don't try to nickel and dime you along the way and take you through this long process. It's just you sign up, you jump in, and then the more you put into it and the more that you're on the system, especially involved with the community and the audio chat, which the socialized aspect of it is huge, the more you get out of it.
Yeah. That was one of the things I was really impressed with the platform when I was sitting in your office. I mean, we listened in on a couple of like the live chats and things that were going on, and it's obviously a mix between people that are kind of hardcore traders and then other people that are there just to kind of learn from them. And just one of the things that stuck out to me was kind of the camaraderie between some of the people and on some of the chats, and they've obviously like chatted before, and so they kind of know each other even though they're in completely different parts of the world, but they're kind of just part of a community and kind of learning from each other and getting like tips from each other about what each of them was doing on the system, you know, at any given time. So,
yeah. It's an incredible dynamic. So we have moderators that have been vetted that are on our platform, and they're the ones kind of leading the chat room, so to speak. So yeah, they develop relationships, and people are in there trading, and you're helping each other out. So people are sharing ideas and information, and the moderators, some of them have been trading for 25, 30 years. So these are people that are very experienced at what they're doing, and they really know a lot about the stock market and the way it works. I mean, the ins and outs. I've learned so much. If you just signed up for the education alone, it is by far like so much value from what you learn from these people, and just hearing day to day, because they're giving like real-time information, real-time education on what's going on in the market, which, if you're a long-time Black Box member, you tend to like learn different, conditions and, forecasting with the market and what's going on, and then listening to these traders and how they're working with the tools all in real time. So you're kind of learning on the job, so to speak.
Right.
And then, for the new people that are coming in, once they start catching on and they make their first trade, and they do really well. And some people we've had, they'll sign up and in their first week hit 100% gainer or more. And they just love it after that. I mean, they just become like, wow, So they get really involved in the community, and we have a lot of loyal members in the community with us. So we're very, very thankful for everything that we've built and where it's going, and the community that we have. They're incredible.
Cool. Well, that's going to be, I think, a good segue point. We're going to take a short break here in a little while, but the reason that we're here talking today is because of the way you use influencer marketing at Black Box, and the way you engage some of those people that are in your community, or go out and actively recruit people to be influencers and help build your brand and help the platform. So we'll get into a little bit more detailed discussion about that after the break, but we're going to take a short break here in a second to recognize our sponsor of today's program. But before we do that, every week we feature a different local artist and feature one of their pieces of artwork in our studio, which you see behind us right now. This week's featured artist is CJ Cowden, and she's represented by David Call Designs. And we're very thankful to David Call. He's actually curated an entire art show in our location here at Venture X Dallas by the Galleria. So please stop by and see. We have 3 different local artists featured. CJ Cowden is one of them at Venture X right now. This particular artwork is called Genesis 1-1. We happen to love it. If you like it or are interested in some of the other artwork that we have here, please contact David Call Designs. So we're going to take a little short commercial break right now to recognize our sponsors, and we'll see you back on the other side in Digital Marketing Today. Welcome back to Digital Marketing Today. Again, I'm Mark Neese with SyncLab Media. We're here with David McKay from Black Box Stocks, and the reason we're here today is to talk about influencer marketing. And I know you guys really focus heavily on that as part of your marketing strategy. So,
yes.
Why don't you just give our viewers a little taste of what influencer marketing is for you guys and how you've used it so successfully.
So influencer marketing is taking somebody on, let's just use Instagram's platform, for instance, that has 10,000 to 50,000 followers. So they have kind of a niche following, which is oriented around a specific topic, whether it be finance, stocks, food. So we've been able to find quite a few of these micro influencers and even nano influencers. I'll touch on that in a minute. And these people tend to know the product very well. So when it comes to finance, we do know that people really want to speak to somebody that really knows what they're talking about, or at least knows enough about it, and it's not just something that they're, trying to, push on people that they don't really know a lot about. So, yeah, a lot of our micro-influencers, they're really involved with the brand, and they love the company, and they're dialed in. A lot of them are people that I've met in my life along the way when I was in the entertainment industry. And a lot of them have had a curiosity for trading. So, they've come on board with us and, taken advantage of what Black Box is, and they think it's an incredible product because, as they're traveling around doing whatever they're doing, as an influencer, they're also using, Black Box stocks and learning how to trade so that they can better manage their finances.
Mm-hmm. So, from your perspective, what is the difference for you between a micro influencer and what you call the nano influencer, and how do you use those two types of influencers differently?
So the nano influencer is somebody that has 1,000 to 10,000 followers. So they're very niche. So these are people that kind of have their own trading chat room, so to speak. They've either got something on like a Facebook group, private Facebook group, private Twitter group, or Telegraph, and they're actively involved with teaching people in their chat room about trading because they've been doing it for a while. So that's more the nano influencer. Mm-hmm. And then you've got your micro influencer, which may not know as much about trading, or they don't have their active chat room, which is something that's special about our system. Is people that have their own chat room already can become a member, and then they can also monetize that following in a better way, or monetizing it period, by broadcasting charts and using the tools live on our platform. So they're teaching their people what they're doing in real time, mm-hmm. using our system. So cool. It's pretty incredible, and they can show them what they're trading and why, what they're looking at, make annotations and things on the chart, and they're talking to everybody inside the chat room. So yeah, it's very beneficial for nano and micro influencers all together.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what's your success look like from employing that strategy?
So far, it's been really flourishing. Actually, we're very happy with the success of it. We're building and we're still adding to our platform. But so far, I mean, we have members in over 42 countries around the world. So our branding and our reach is just growing and expanding. Mm-hmm. And the more influencers that we have, which we have quite a few of them now, and also traders and people that are having their own chat rooms using our system, mm-hmm. it just is growing and growing. And before, with any company, you're having to reach out to people, get the word out, spread your brand awareness. And now we have people they're coming to us, which is it's really incredible. Mm-hmm. And we have people contacting us every week, mm-hmm. Asking questions about Black Box, wanting it to be a part of what they're doing with what they may have an educational program with their own chat room. They want Black Box and the tools to be a part of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So another thing I know that you guys do, it's kind of off track of the influencer marketing, but kind of dovetails into it, I think, is you guys do some unique sponsorships as well.
Yes, we do.
That I'm sure attract kind of some of those influencer people to you probably as well. Right?
Yeah, it does. We do some really exciting things. So we're very fortunate to have a good network of friends and people in different industries. So, for instance, skydivers. A couple of my friends I grew up with in my hometown are really big into skydiving. So we sponsor a few of them, and some of them compete on a really competitive, national level. Mm. So it's very exciting for us to go participate in those events. And then we have an MMA fighter, Audrey Wolf, and she's part of Guy Mesger's gym, which is just down the road. Mm. And we sponsor her as a fighter, and getting to go to those events and getting the community involved and just participating in that it's just really exciting for us. Mm.
So another thing is, I bet that probably makes you like one of the top world's coolest dads.
I try. It's a lot of fun, yeah.
Right. So I say that because your son Matthew is here with us today, and he's actually on your team and helping you like create some content. And
yeah, he's an up and coming YouTuber.
Okay, so why don't we bring him in, and I want you to talk to him a little bit. Everybody, this is Matthew.
Hey, Matty.
Okay. So, how are you getting Matthew involved in helping out Black Box, and how does that tie into the influencer marketing thing?
So he's an up-and-coming YouTuber, and we're getting him to capture content for us at a lot of events and just be a part of, the program with, learning how to trade, which is something that we're teaching him how to do as well. He's fairly new to it. But getting him involved in different aspects of the company because he is so interested in social media and, YouTube and Instagram. So it's really cool for him to be a part of it and, take photographs, take, video, those type of things, which is helpful to us because, having that content of what we're doing is all part of it. So he's been a big help in that respect.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So how's your experience been so far?
It's been really fun. I'm still learning how to use the platform and how to do the trading, but overall I get to go to the fun events and I get to capture the content, so I feel like that I do get to help out, which is really nice.
Yeah, cool. So trading is not just for old guys sitting behind a desk.
No, it's not. No, we have a lot of millennials, a lot of Gen Z, and we're building a trading simulator so people can practice trade. Like Matthew will use the simulator for a while, and then he will kind of hone his skills and then follow along with the community and develop him as a trader. And that way he's just kind of practicing as he's learning, which is huge.
That sounds like my speed. Right?
Yeah. I mean, everybody should. I learned paper trading, which I, wrote down my trades on a notebook because is my way. It's kind of, a little antiquated, I guess, for now. But that's where the simulator is going to be helpful to so many people to develop good habits and the right things that they need to be doing and applying.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Yeah, Matthew's been a big help, though.
Yeah, well, that's great. It's a great experience, and hopefully, I'll catch up to you on the trading side of it, right? So, so we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here in a minute. First of all, I would like to mention to you that if you like what you're seeing right here, as far as a video podcast program, that SyncLab Media, we offer subscription services to produce your very own video podcast show. And so if you're interested in that, please reach out to us to inquire about rates or availability for us to produce your own show for you. And David, appreciate you being here. Matthew, thanks for showing up and being here today and participating. If you want more information about influencer marketing, I'm sure David would be happy to answer some questions for you and have a chat with you. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you if they want to reach out to you after seeing the program?
Yeah, absolutely. So just email me at d@david.mckay, MCKAY @blackboxstocks.com.
Cool.
Yeah.
So thanks again.
Thank you for having us. We had a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see you next week on Digital Marketing Today. Thanks for joining us.